Hi. Oh, wait.
It is time to begin your new assignment.
Ah, a photo op by your shiny new shuttle. Terrific idea.
Oh, you really are an idiot.
What?
You are to take that shuttle to the moon base and ambush those two miscreants when they arrive.
Oh, yes. Who are they again?
Those two!
Oh, of course. There is just one problem. I'm,
Too washed up for ground combat? True. That is why I will be loading you my starfighter. You can still fly, can't you? It's settled then. Acquire the starfighter once you get to the moon. Screw this up, and the endorsement deal is off!
But that would ruin me. You wouldn't.
Try me.
How do you fit in there? Oh, that's how.
Hello, everybody. My name is Barry John. Welcome back to Ratchet and Clank 2002. I have one co-hero today, and I'll let him introduce himself.
I'm Speedball, and this time we're going to Gemlick Base.
I pronounce it as Gemlet for whatever reason, but...
Kind of reminds me of how geologists sometimes lick rocks to tell what they are.
yeah, sometimes.
I did not see Drek's ship. We must have missed him.
Who knows where Quark is now? If we're gonna catch those two, we need a faster ship.
Perhaps this space station will supply the ship we need.
Well, we're here. Let's go check it out.
Shirt optional when you're in space.
Yeah. So, you see these towers up here? You blow them up, and the force fields barring your progress go down.
Uh-huh.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Simple enough gimmick.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Mm-hmm. This is why the Devastator is considered to be a required purchase for the game, and why people using geometry glitches. There was a lot of work in speedrunning to use geometry glitches to get around these force fields.
Force field?
Yeah.
And, yeah, I guess either shoot it or glitch around it. A lot of times getting glitches to trigger is way more trouble than it's worth.
Towers control the force.
I only ever tried it once in one game, but...
Devastator or the Visibomb gun.
To be fair, like, there is something to be said for trying to, do speedrunning of sorts, legit.
Oh, yeah.
And the technical skills required to pull off some of these tricks I've seen is absolutely astounding. Like,
Oh yeah, it's superhuman almost. And it's been a few updates since I've missed you. Looks like Clank's got a few upgrades too.
well, this is the rocket pack upgrade he got from Pokitaru, which has the power slam option to it. I actually prefer the hover, or the helipack version, because it's got a more vertical arc to the jump. Whereas the rocket pack's long jump is pretty much a straight line. And of course, when it comes to shooting down these towers to open up the force fields, a lot of the time the challenge is simply finding a spot to stand to shoot it. But the important part is that...
What did the developers expect you to do if you didn't have the Devastator?
Buy it. No, literally, you need the Devastator or the Visibomb gun to do this, and the devs... And basically you were required to buy either of those guns in order to advance. Which is why speedrunners are like, we gotta figure out how to, geometry glitch our way around these things.
I see. Because they're too busy speedrunning to get enough bolts to pay for it.
Yes, and sticking around to do it takes too long.
precious seconds.
Yeah,
Thought you had it for a second there.
yeah, I did have it for a second there. I'm in it. Stop. Back up. John, past me. Oh. Okay, that works. When it comes to solving Trespasser puzzles, the smartest way to... I know they're all, like, fixed puzzles. They don't randomize between games or whatnot. But if you're trying to solve them legit, the best way to do so is usually find the most restrictive combination of lasers and targets, and then set that in place, and then work your way around through less restrictive options until you've gotten the best solution, or a solution, or the solution. But there's going to be quite a few Trespassers. And these guys, you can't actually hit them from in front because they're inside these shielded turret areas, so you just gotta sneak around and grab them from behind. Although what you're supposed to do is quickly duck down into this little area on the side here instead of running around the... So it's instead of attempting to run around, but... I've got health. I can do this.
Not to mention, you've also got the rocket pack, so you can zip around more quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like this level, but it carries on for far too long.
Yeah. It seems like you're almost halfway through already, but the gimmick has already starting to get stale. Like, they don't have enough new ideas about what to do with it.
It's like if there was two paths on this level to do things instead of one really long, winding road. It would be better. But it's just, there's like 6 of these towers. There's... Oh god, there's a huge fight later on that's just ridiculous. And there's no, like... Yes, there are checkpoints going on with this level, but if you say save and reload the level, you have to start from the beginning all over again, which is a downside of the PS2 games in general, but... And this is me outranging these guys with my Devastators instead of their own guns. But that's 30,000 bolts. I can buy the last health upgrade.
That Devastator's really paying for itself.
Oh, the Devastator absolutely pays for itself. Like, there is... Like, honestly, the very first time I played the game, I never picked up the Rhino, so I beat Drek using the Devastator.
Excellent.
Of course, I, went through about 3,000 rounds of ammo, give or take, but I was able to do it. Yeah, I know that deep sigh of, why is this happening? Like, this entire, like, we're in a totally new section of the map, like, it's just like, you could have done 2 separate paths, one being the outside of the station, the other being the inside of the station, dealing with the, these...
The goo.
Yeah, dealing with, and slingshotting around and whatnot. But no, they had to make it all one long path, and it just, no, does not work.
And they could have at least let you have, like, Victory Lap out if they're, like, take the grind boots out, once you've solved most of the force field puzzles or whatnot.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed that Ratchet's wing arms move around and flex, and that's pretty cute.
Yeah, it actually is, like, the little ancillary animations do make things fun after a while. Now, you may have seen the gold bolt earlier. To get that gold bolt, you have to destroy all of the towers or the one that's behind the force field using the Visibomb gun.
Boy, those sweeper flamethrowers are surprisingly effective against you.
Well, that's because it's like they've got overlapping fields of fire, and they're oh god, I hate this part.
Oh, gravity skew. You didn't see this a lot in early games.
No, but unfortunately, you can even see how Clank is even leaning downwards, aligned with gravity. But I just don't like this section because it's a timing puzzle with instant death if you don't move fast enough. And the camera is just absolute pain on the corners.
Yeah, they hadn't 100% figured this gimmick out yet. Prey 2006 did a similar thing with gravity pathways like that.
Mm-hmm. But that was 4 years later and on the PC. Like, this was PlayStation 2, so...
Yeah. Correct, on both counts.
So I just be figuring out which way I need to... how best to do this, because you can destroy those guys down at the bottom there with the Devastator shot, or you can do what I'm failing to do here.
Oh, no!
Yeah. So I simply cut back to my successful run, which is blow all those guys up, and then jump on this little guy right beside me here.
Oh, I see.
And that gives you the extra little, No, past me. Oh.
Okay, that works too.
The mercy bump!
I mean, I'm used to seeing Mario jump out of lava holding his butt on fire. I guess you can do the same with acid.
Yeah.
Usually it throws you back instead of forward, though. That's a very good mercy bump.
Well, I think it's because going back would be, like, ridiculous distance. It didn't bother. Now, the little question mark destination, that's actually around... I have to go through everything else to get there. Because the actual end is up around there. You see the green section behind the walls there? You go up those stairs and a little bit to the right, and that's the end of the level. Except I have to go all the way back around and under and through, and it's... my god, it's too long. Add on to the fact, we've got the fight against Quark at the end here, and a hidden wall preventing me from getting on top of the roof here.
Oh. You're not supposed to go up that way?
No. You have to go up there to the Gadgetron vendor in order to get the words. In order to get the force field thing down.
So I kind of missed the briefing last time. Why are we on this planet, or space station, rather?
Basically we are chasing down Quark and Drek, and this is the last spot we knew that they were going to. Unfortunately, Drek is not here, and Quark is under instructions to try and kill us here.
And...
bunch of bolts up off to the sides here, but you actually need the jetpack is much easier to make those jumps with, because it's got that, because the jump is a bit more arcy to it.
Yeah, I can see why you prefer the propeller jump now.
Oh, and by the way,
This is more...
the propeller jump works in the vacuum of space.
Oh, of course it does. I mean, we clearly don't even need anything more than an air mask to be in space, so, you know. Maybe Lomaxes are just good at vacuum and sub-freezing temperatures, I don't know.
And actually, here's the thing though. The PlayStation 3 future retcons about how awesome and amazing Lombaxes are, but I've already completed this game. I've already done the recording for the New Game Plus, which includes all of the background information, and there is only one place in the game where Ratchet's species is even mentioned. And that's basically, in this first game, Ratchet being a Lombax is just flavor text.
Yeah.
And this is me...
They were just making stuff up at that point because, you know,
No,
they weren't really planning ahead of this game.
yeah. I mean, the next game had a year-long development cycle, so there was like Going Commando was basically a extension on this game. It wasn't really new. Like, they were able to put a bunch of things into that they couldn't do in this game, but yeah, like there was a very short development cycle for the previous game or the next game, and they were very caught off guard by how popular this game became or was. And you can see the start point back over there.
Oh yeah, that's where we jumped out.
Yep. In theory, you can make the jump back to get over there from here. I do like the little squeaky noises these guys make.
You know, I was trying to figure what they reminded me of. They looked like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mouser robots, but with pterodactyl wings on the back.
So you can see there, I'm just outside the range of those guns. They'll automatically explode after a while.
That's a good thing Drek bought the cheap missiles.
Now, if I was smart, I would have pulled out my blaster, gone to first-person shooter mode, and started aiming up that little alcove you saw there, because...
Oh yeah, that little vent or whatever?
Yeah, because over here, you can see... Well, once I finish collecting stuff... These guys sitting in turrets.
Oh, you're intended to shoot them from there.
Yes. And the first time I played through the game, the second time I played through the game, it wasn't until, like, you know, years later that I finally realized, you know, what you're supposed to do to deal with these guys. So instead, I'm just bum rushing it.
Okay. Oh, upside down elevator.
Yep. But not for long, though, because you come on out here and you get a look. This entire room has a half-dozen spawners for these little robo-dogs and about a dozen of the arc flamethrowers that you complimented earlier. And the exit won't open until they're all dead.
Ah, so spawners first because, you know, you don't need more enemies.
Yeah.
And there are one hit point left.
Well, two, because once I get this health up, the nano here. So that should be all the spawners. Now, it's a matter
Are
of...
they burning the robo-dogs with their flames? It sounded like
Yes.
it for a second there. Ah.
There is friendly fire on. And you can see the guy there getting bounced between two arcs.
Yeah, just chucking a bomb glove bomb over air while strafing them seems to be pretty good.
It's
See,
one of the better ways of doing it. Like, I've tried doing this one by whipping out the pyrometer and running around in circles, but doesn't quite work.
also, I forgot to compliment the really good music for this level.
Oh, the music is wonderful. Like, it's like ethereally haunting, and then it breaks out into this percussion string thing. And of course, me just running around back and forth, collecting all the bolts, because why not?
Yeah.
Also, nice star background.
Yeah.
Because they filled the skybox with a lot of stuff in these space levels, and it doesn't really distract from the game at all. But finally, up the stairs. And we reach the last part of the level.
Hello, Captain Ratchet.
Whoa! Went for it.
Come and get me, hero.
Perhaps we could obtain the ship in there.
Great idea. Let's go.
Wow! Just right into it. Okay.
Yep. So this is the fight against Captain Quark. He is in this big Drek Industries gunboat. He's got lots of missiles. He will spawn mines later on.
And his ship falls apart in modules. And he's got a tractor beam. Oh no. That's actually a very good excuse for why we're in this Star Fox section and have to just shoot at him.
Yep. But the Quark fight here is actually interestingly designed. Basically, you are intended to win the fight. Like, you're flying around you're fighting Quark, and Quark is supposed to lose. Not because of the plot requires it, but because... Oh, wait, don't stop, back up. Sorry, I'm trying to do something here and completely failed. But if you lose against Quark here, when you restart the fight, Quark's damage goes down, his health goes down, or the amount of damage he takes is reduced, and becomes a lot easier to beat him. Because the idea is that when you beat Quark, it's because you completely stomped him.
They wanted to give the players a victory lap here, basically.
Yeah. And in fact, if I remember correctly, this is actually me after, like, 2 failures.
You are in big trouble. Big trouble.
This ship just is falling apart like it's made out of Legos.
Exactly. That's what you're supposed to... That's the impression you're supposed to get.
Oh boy.
But now... And you, if you keen-eye people, would have seen his escape pod.
Yes! Quark is history.
Despite my earlier criticism, I must admit, your piloting skills are improving.
I knew you'd come around.
But that has not helped us locate Drek.
Come on, Clank. Can't you just once relax and enjoy a little success? Hey, you want to catch Drek? Betcha this baby can do it.
Well, that's convenient.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Gorda City. This once peaceful planet is being torn apart today in an unprovoked attack. It now seems certain that Supreme Executive Chairman Drek will not be dissuaded in his efforts to destroy the galaxy for his own selfish needs. All hope certainly seems lost.
Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
I like the detail of our missing finger.
And her hair has been damaged.
It is worse than I expected, too.
But this is the end of the second arc, or the second act of the game. From here on out, Ratchet and Clank are on the same page. They both recognize that Drek needs to be stopped, and the only way for that to happen is for them to work together.
Friendship!
But a friendship that is earned.
Yes.
Now, that little tower there, people are going to be wanting me to get to that sooner rather than later. It's going to happen later. But I will see you guys next time when we go down to the surface of Oltanis and Gorda City.